Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any questions that you have in the chat as you feel like it, and I'll do my best to answer your questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. And we begin with continuing coverage and new developments. A suspect is under arrest after multiple Michigan State Police patrol vehicles were lit on fire and shot with a rifle in Sault Ste. Marie. It's a story we first brought to you yesterday, with troopers saying the suspect was considered armed and dangerous. The MSP says they found the suspect today on a property on Riverside Drive in Sault Ste. Marie. The incident happened around 3:30 Wednesday morning at the MSP Sioux Post. No troopers were in the vehicles at the time. Photos from the scene showed what police described as a white man wearing camouflage. Police say details are forthcoming. And if you're a local history buff or Green Bay Packers fan, a documentary now streaming for free highlights the connection between Upper Michigan and the Packers football team. NMU Communications professor Dwight Brady produced the documentary Linked to Legends. It unearths the centuries-old stories of 5 UP communities and their teams that played the Packers and other NFL teams from 1919 to 1926. The 70-minute documentary highlights the history of the games between the Packers and UP teams. It also dives into the personal triumphs and tragedies associated with many of the players and coaches from that era.
Very first game that was played by the Packers was against the UP team, and also the first road game, and so many other wonderful connections that, again, pulls together Packer football history, UP history, and some really interesting characters.
You can find a link on uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app to watch the documentary for free. And today we learned about more detailed plans for the demolition of Marquette's old hospital. The Adamo Group was contracted in June to lead the project. Demolition of the site's west building starts in October. A senior project manager for the Adamo Group says they have the upcoming snowy season in mind.
We work year-round on other projects. And it might affect some of the trucking and that, depending on how bad the roads get or whatever. Trucking off-site, but the actual demolition, no, it won't affect that.
Green says a contact number will be provided to nearby residents in the near future if they have concerns about the demolition. And right now, a 2-day mock evacuation exercise of Mackinac Island is underway. We first told you about the drill last night, and TV6's Kate Minus was in St. Ignace today to take a look at the importance of this kind of training.
If you were in St. Ignace today, you may have seen these flying overhead. These Chinook helicopters are a part of Operation Safe Harbor. This operation is a mock evacuation effort of Mackinac Island. Agencies like the Michigan National Guard, Mackinac County Office of Emergency Management, Coast Guard, and the Mackinac County Sheriff are all involved. Mackinac County Emergency Management Coordinator Mike Casper says there were 23 people evacuated in the exercise. He says this exercise was brainstormed in 2015.
We had it slated for about 2019, and then COVID came along and pushed us out. So we finally get a chance to do this exercise, and we're very excited to do it.
These Chinook helicopters, like the one you see behind me, are going to be taking float bridges from Mackinac County Airport and deploying them over at British Landing on Mackinac Island.
Casper says this is a practice response to losing the port on the island.
In emergency management, we always plan for all hazards. So whatever the hazard may be that we would lose the port, we need to create an alternate port in a different location. So what we're doing today is we're using the 1437th Bridging Company to build a supportable dock.
During the exercise, the Mackinac County Sheriff's Office delayed traffic in the I-75 business loop to ensure there was no one underneath or around the helicopters as they flew over. Casper says training like this is to prove that emergency plan concepts work. He says there have been smaller exercises before Operation Safe Harbor.
We've already done the transition from the bridging pieces to the boat. We've also done the sling loading. We've practiced that in Sault Ste. Marie. So all these different components of this exercise have now come together after 8 years, have all come together to this major exercise.
Operation Safe Harbor is a 2-day operation. It ended at 6 o'clock today and will start again at noon tomorrow. Caden Minus, TV6 News, St. Ignace.
Thank you, Caden. And this weekend, an art show is on its way to Marquette. It's Marquette Mountain's 3rd annual Art on the Mountain. 20 artists will showcase and sell their paintings, sculptures, and textiles. This year, music on the mountain will coincide with the art show. One human band will perform to benefit the Women's Center.
It gives us another venue to sell in the Upper Peninsula. There's a lot of artists here, a lot of really good, talented people. This is
Art on the Mountain
great for
will
me
be this Saturday
because
and
it's
Sunday
before
from
the
10 in the morning
holidays,
until
and
5 in the evening.
I only do a couple fairs a year, so.
And calling all Taylor Swift fans, the pop star is bringing her Eras Tour concert movie to theaters across the country and here in Upper Michigan. Thomas Theater Group will have multiple showings of the movie, and tickets go on sale tonight and in person tomorrow. The vice president of the theater says they've already had many calls to ask if they could have the concert film. If they'll have the concert film, excuse me.
Now, social media gets the word out, and everyone is asking and posting and wondering if we were playing it. We are definitely playing the movie. We are not really limited on show times, so if we sell out a theater, we will open another one. We'll be available for several weekends in a row at the same shows.
The first show is October 13th. It runs through that weekend, followed by more weekends after that. Ticket prices are set by Taylor Swift. And that's all the stories we have for you this evening. Thank you all for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Be sure to tune in on Sunday, where I'll be here again in the same place at the same time. That's 8/7 Central Time, with a recap of Sunday's headlines. If you have a story idea you'd like to make known to us, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us with story ideas or anything else at any time. We'd love to hear from you. And again, thank you for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a good rest of your night.